Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, update, and information with a video on the 2023 Ford Bronco. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the communication and email that's coming out to those that have a current 23 order or unscheduled Bronco order, and those that have a reservation that have been unconverted to a 2023 order. So we're going to talk about that in this video. So if you like videos like this, they like to stay updated on product information, you'll like our YouTube channel. So hit that red subscribe button down below so you can subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. That way you can stay notified next time we have another video uploaded to your YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about this email communication that's coming out. So what's going on. I actually did a video not that long ago about the order process and what's happening for the 2023 Ford Bronco. So right at this current time, you cannot order a new 2023 Ford Bronco yet. So it's not open up for new orders yet. So they have communicated it'll probably come fourth quarter. My assumption is because the deadline for a 22 order to convert over to 23 and for those reservations that are unconverted to order, is that deadline is November 21st. I think because of that, that's probably after that is when we're going to get more information about new ordering for 2023. So I'm assuming once that deadline's up for those people to be able to tie those loose ends and get those orders in and confirmed, that's when we'll probably get information for new orders. So keep that in mind for those that are waiting to get a new order. For those that are watching and you have a unscheduled 22 Bronco order that did not get a build date and it got moved over to 23, you're going to need to make sure you go into your dealership and communicate that and talk to them and go over your order with them. Also, if you're somebody out there that put a reservation in and never converted that reservation is still in there in that system, and you can actually go in and order a 23 by switching that reservation over to your dealer, putting that order in with them. So you want to make sure you do that as well. So make sure you go into the dealership if you do have that, because sometimes the dealership may not be aware. We had a couple reservations and I couldn't tell whether or not they were converted over or what's going on. So you'll want to make sure you communicate with the dealership. Don't count on them communicating with you for that. You don't want to wait for that. So what's going to happen? There are some emails that are going out on the 24th of October as well as November 7th. They both should be the same email. It looks something similar to this here. And so that email is going to go out because they want to make sure that everybody that has an unscheduled 22 order that needs to make sure they update that 23 order, they want to make sure they do that by that deadline of November 21st. And so they're going to communicate like crazy to make sure that you do that, because what's going to happen is after November 21st, that order is going to get canceled. So if it's still in a priority 99 status, which all the new converted orders are, then what's going to happen is they'll cancel that order. Same way with the reservation. If you have a reservation and don't convert that reservation over to an order by November 21st, that reservation is going to get canceled as well. So as of November 21st, they want to be clean. They want to take care of all past reservations and orders by that date, so then they can start taking new orders and see what they can fulfill for the model year. So that's their goal. So that's what that email is referencing there. So if you're here, by the way, here's the second part of that email. We'll get into this in just a second. But if you're someone out there that has already gotten with your dealership and confirmed, and you have an order sheet with a priority code under 99, so probably a 10 to 19, you should be good to go. You shouldn't need to go in and talk to your dealership. That you shouldn't have any issues there. They've lowered that down already and gotten and taken care of that order for you. So keep that in mind. Now, for those that do have a 22 unscheduled order that's converting over to 23, you have, it says right there, for a limited time, you can choose to either get the Heritage Edition or the Everglades series for your 2023 Bronco. So take advantage of the early access by ordering before November 21st. So actually reading that tells me that there might be a possibility that those for new orders could get possibly get a Heritage Edition or an Everglades. So we'll talk about that here in a second. So what is the Everglades Edition? So if you're wanting to do this, check this out. You have the Everglades Edition. It was introduced last year in 2022. Very limited last year. Last year you had to have a real early unconverted 21 order that was converted to 22 to be able to get an Everglades. And those are the only people that can have it. And again, this year it's been opened up. They're building more of them, and so this is open up for those that have first. For those that have an unconverted 22 order, can get an Everglades. So here's kind of some of the colors available. Just remember, the desert sand was available last year, and they closed that out, as well as the new colors, azure gray, as well as carbonized gray metallic. So maybe you're wondering, hey, wait a minute, if I have a 22 order, what about price protection? Am I not going to have that if I want to get an Everglades? Check out the text down there at the bottom. It says new in 2023 model year. Customers will also qualify for price protection by switching to an Everglades. The amount varies depending on the series previously ordered. So your price protection and the private offer amount will be based on what series you ordered before. So let's say you had a base and you're going up to an Everglades, that could dictate what that price is going to be. So they're going to probably give you a private offer to subtract from the Everglades price based on what you ordered last year and what that same trim is for this year. So if you had a base last year and you have, what the base would be this year, they're going to probably subtract that amount and get that off of your Everglades, and that'll be the private offer, is what I assume. But we don't know for sure. We'll get more communication about that later, probably after November 21st. They'll give us that information. So that is something you can get. Now, another edition we mentioned is the Heritage Edition. That is also available for you. Heritage Edition is available. You can see there what it comes with. It's based off the Big Bend series, and we're talking about the Heritage Edition, not the Heritage Limited Edition. So the Heritage Edition is basically like any other trim, based off the Big Bend series, available in the 2-door or 4-door, available in the 2.3 liter or the 2.7 liter EcoBoost, standard Sasquatch package, and also, as you can see, it's going to have the plaid seats interior. It's going to have the Oxford White painted roof. It has the Oxford White painted wheels. You're going to see the Bronco graphics on the vinyl on the side. You're going to also see the grille. This is going to be Oxford White with the race red Ford lettering there too. Starting at $44,305. That's the price for the 2-door, I believe. So that is going to be available for you in that way. So check out the colors available. They're going to be available in 5 colors: Shadow Black, Race Red, Azure Gray, Carbonized Gray Metallic, and Cactus Gray. Now, I do have a sheet I want to show you, a little bit of Q&A about this. So it does say who is eligible to order a Heritage Edition. As we mentioned already, currently only the existing Bronco order holders or reservations will be eligible to order a 2023 Heritage Edition. Keyword there is currently. So whether or not those that want to do it put in a new order for 23, I'm not sure whether or not it's going to be open or not. I would have a backup trim if that's something you're wanting to do. If you're really dead set on the Heritage Edition, it may or may not be available for new 23 orders. So it is a guarantee that it's available for those that have a unscheduled 22. But for new orders, when they open up, we don't know yet. So keep that in mind. So it does say in here too, can existing order holders switch their order to Heritage Edition and retain their price protection? And they said excluding Heritage Limited right there. You notice that. It says, yes, existing order holders can switch to a Heritage Edition, excluding the Heritage Limited Edition, and retain their price protection. Again, they're going to do like we talked about with the note we did see on the Everglades Edition. And it says, when will Heritage Edition be available? Looks like late availability with shipments beginning second quarter of 2023. And how will they be allocated? Just like any other trim other than your Raptor and your Heritage Limited Edition. So something to note there. So again, Heritage Edition, again, there's a Heritage Edition and Heritage Limited Edition. That Heritage Limited Edition is going to be limited to only 1,966 of these. I'll pull that up so you can see that. And that is going to be based off the Badlands series, available in 2-door or 4-door. The 2.7 EcoBoost Sasquatch package is standard. Of course, pretty similar. It's going to have the painted roof. It's also going to have the painted front grille, just like on the Heritage Edition. But with this one, the wheels are going to look a little different. Black with the Oxford White outer ring. The seats are going to be leather interior with the brown plaid and a different script on the side too. And now this is going to be limited to 1,966 2-door and 4-door produced in 23 and 1,966 in 2024. And so on these here, you will not be able to select and order this trim. So keep that in mind. Just like with the Raptor, you can order it if a dealership has open allocation. Whereas on the Limited Edition, every dealer is going to be given one, at least one. They want every dealer to have one between one of those 2 model years. Some dealers may get 2. But you won't be able to choose whether you get 2-door, 4-door. You won't be able to choose colors or anything else. Pretty much everything's going to be standard equipment on it, but you won't be able to choose that. And so basically, you're going to have to talk to your dealer and find out what they have coming in and seeing if you can be the first in line to get one of those. So I'd contact your dealer and find out, hey, I would like to be in line to get one of these if one comes in. Keep in mind, though, that dealer does not get the choice on color or doors configuration. It is, they get what they get and they don't throw a fit, right? So that's what basically the way that works. So just so you know how that works on those two. So also something to point out and remember is that COVP does need to be done as well. So even if you had a 22 order and you did the COVP, once you update that order to a 23, they'll want to make sure as a dealership that you print out that preview sheet, send that to the customer, or if they're at the dealership, have them fill that out. And as a customer, you want to make sure you see that priority is not a 99, right? That's confirmation that you know that yours is not going to get canceled. So you want to make sure that's done. They'll need to also get a copy of your driver's license if they don't already have one. If you haven't moved, they can use last year's, but that'll need to be sent in to Ford into that COVP program. That's the customer order verification program by November 21st. That has to be submitted by that deadline as well. So make sure your dealer does that. And as a dealer, make sure you do that on your orders as well. That is needing to be done. And then we still don't have a date yet on new 2023 orders. So they did say fourth quarter. My assumption is once the deadline hits for November 21st is when we'll probably hear something or real close to that date, when they kind of get an idea of how many orders are confirmed from those that converted over to 22 to 23. They really want to take care of those orders first. So they're going to try to even schedule some of those before they start taking new orders. And they've already scheduled some of them already. We had about 8 from our dealership schedule last month. So they're starting to schedule some of the 23s. So they want to put those in line and make sure they get first chance at those before they take any new orders. So if you're wanting to, get with your dealership to put in a new order, probably can do pre-orders. Keep in mind, we don't really know yet whether or not the Heritage and the Everglades is going to be available for 2023 for a new order. We know that those that have an unscheduled 22 can order those right now, but on new orders, we don't know. Since I didn't see anything that actually says that that the only. Well, here's the Q&A. What I was reading earlier, it says that first question up there on the Heritage Edition does say currently only existing order holders or reservation will be eligible to order a Heritage Edition. We didn't see any kind of note in reference to the Everglades on that. So the Everglades may be open for new orders, but I guess until we actually open that up and they let us know, we won't know for sure. So if I get any more information, I'll share it with you and get that information out. So again, hopefully this video gives you some information, especially if you get that email and you're concerned about it because you went ahead and talked to your dealership. Just to let you know, they're probably sending that out to everybody that had a 22 unscheduled order or an unconverted reservation, just to make sure that gets taken care of by that deadline. And remember, this email is going to come out not only October 24th, but you'll get it again November 7th. But hopefully you take care of it by then, because they're just Ford's wanting to make sure that you are very aware that this is happening, because they don't want to be a surprise when your order gets canceled or your reservation gets canceled. Because if you don't convert that reservation over, or you don't update your order and have a lower priority code than 99, it will get canceled. So just so you know that. I know I mentioned it several times, but I want to make sure everybody's clear on that, because I don't want anybody to miss out on their opportunity to get a 2023 Ford Bronco. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, smash that like button. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget, you can find us on social media. We're at McArthur on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you can reach us out over there. Here's my Linktree account if you want to follow me on social media as well. All the different places that I'm on, and just started doing TikToks. If you want to check those out as well, having some fun with that, you can follow that in there too. And if you're not subscribed, of course, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way you can stay notified. Next time we have another video like this, keeping you updated on any news related when it comes to Ford products. So thanks again for watching. Till the next one, we'll see you later.